Hello, welcome to Final Show Films. I'm John, the executive producer here, and I want to thank you all for tuning in to watch. I just want to let you all know that I forgot where I was going with that. Thank you all for watching, and I also want to thank the $25 tier supporters on our Patreon, patreon.com/fsfilms. Rowan Parker, Trevian Alexander, Samantha Bates, Cat Waterflame, and Elle. It's thanks to you that I get to get live on the internet and forget where the fuck I'm going with any sentence that I give. So thanks. I'm sure there was more to that, but my brain went away because there was a weird sound and it just sort of bumped off whatever was at the end of my in my thought train. So if you're sitting watching here live, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Hey, we're live.
Hello, everyone, and welcome
there's a
back
Craig.
to...
I have to remove everything. Cool.
Surprise, motherfuckers!
Heart eyes, motherfuckers.
French fries, motherfucker.
Large size, motherfuckers. Sorry, William, you were saying something.
Anyway.
At some point.
At some juncture, I was probably going to say something, yes.
See, now you know how it feels.
Hi, I am William. I'm your game master. Welcome back to Stardust. Not Into the Vast. On Trails of Stardust.
There you go.
Get there eventually.
I'm William. I'm your game master. Joining me today, we have Jack.
Hey, everybody, I'm Jack. I'm playing... Sorry, I lost track of what I was saying here. I'm playing Till.
It's contagious!
Avian Monk, Way of the Iron Path, and I'm going to roll Destiny.
Wrong game.
Anyway, that's me.
Right, before we go any further, Black Lives Matter, trans rights, human rights, believe women, etc., etc., etc. We keep forgetting those things.
Get fucking vaccinated or boosted.
Please.
Yes.
Please.
For fuck's sake.
Hey, you know how things like the Omicron variant come around? It's because you didn't get vaccinated. It's your fault.
Facts.
Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy, and I always forget where I am midway through my introduction. So this week would be nothing different. But I am playing Kendall Fairchild, Eladrin Warlock of her daddy.
And Holly.
Hi, I'm Holly, and I'm playing Mistle. She's okay. I actually did forget.
That's fair. The children were yelling at you. So.
Rogue. Those aren't my kids.
No, they're someone else's kids. That's why it threw you off.
I love how the bit has become a real thing.
Spiritually manifesting.
See, this is what happens when you make fun of people for their mental illnesses.
I mean,
they
fair.
get invested into you.
I wish that curse was a thing.
I mean, it's happening right now.
Be a great way to establish empathy.
Yeah,
it would be. That what you're feeling right now? It's me every day. Anyways.
And John.
Hi, I'm John. I'm the wrathful spirit of ADHD. And also, I'm playing Kultarn, the Orc Artificer / Gadgeteer.
And Cody.
Cody, I'm playing Bruges Al Rule, the Loxdon. Always struggle. Void Keeper. Because I want to say Paladin, Oath of the Watchers, now Void Keeper.
And Camille.
Hi, I'm Camille. I'm playing Gideon Eaglin, the the avian rogue. Avian rogue. Yeah, that's it.
And Craig.
Hi, I am playing Bees, a group of Nocturne and Torch Bees, collectively a Swarmkeeper Ranger, and I was here the whole time.
That is about as honest as anything else Bees ever said. So
100%. Yeah, back to the Star Wars intro, definitely fully dark side at this point.
And when last we left our adventurers, they had been on their way to the world of Sivaranus to try and assist the world in returning to the galactic stage, when one of their void jumps was cut somewhat short. Well, no, the void jump went fine, but as soon as they got out of the void, proximity alarms began to go off as the entire group was greeted with the corpse of a massive time dragon hovering, just floating in space, adrift, seemingly with numerous holes bored into it that have been repurposed from the traditional interiors of the dragon and turned into something altogether different based on the investigations of the probes that the captain of the ship sent out to investigate the body. When one of those probes was attacked by whatever is currently inhabiting the interior of this dragon, and that's where we pick up as one of the small probes that was sent to investigate the dragon's corpse is latched onto by a series of tentacles, pulled into the view of a set of glowing yellow eyes, and then disconnects.
that's like bad, right?
We should be
Those are the
moving now.
self-destruct option.
Well, it doesn't seem good.
Helm, get us moving now.
I was trying to remember why I was down a hit point, and then I remembered it's because I sent a bee out with the drones that immediately died.
Yeah.
How much of this can we see through the viewpoint in the viewing room?
You can see the dragon's corpse.
Can
through the
I?
viewport.
Is there any sort of role I can make,
Is it
like nature?
Anything moving on that yet?
Not on the outside.
Okay.
Is there any sort of role I can make, like nature or survival or something that would, or arcana that would tell me what this is and what those are?
Nature or arcana.
Nature or arcana.
Till would like to. What does Till know about time dragons specifically?
That's a nature check.
Nature. All right.
I will also roll that because
I'm rolling arcana.
Weirder things have happened.
26.
10.
Oh. Hang on. Let me.
Also 10.
Oh yeah, no, that's right. We had this conversation and it's basically useless to me. Never mind.
What about because that's the whole thing I'm on the lookout for. Extraplanar entities that might take residence inside of a dragon corpse in space.
That's a religion check.
All right.
Very specific religion check.
13.
So yeah, with a 26, there are a variety of space parasites. Mistel thought of that in general last time, but a number of different parasites that might scavenge a dragon's corpse. Indeterminate numbers of varying species. Different starfaring parasites that might be able to take down a dragon of this scale. Significantly less in number, but there are any variety of them. But anything that could do it is definitely dangerous. Of course, as we had been talking about, things that come to mind are they come to mind immediately being illithids, which are known to turn anything from large spacefaring creatures to entire asteroids, or on the apocalyptic scale, entire planets into hives to grow more of themselves.
Illithid kind of take this place of the Stardust Borg a little bit, right?
Kind of.
In terms of their conduct. Okay.
Sorry, I was
In that if illithids show up around your planet is going to be having problems.
sorry. I missed part of that because brain. Is illithid one of the things I think of, or is that just you also know about these?
And that's one of the things that you think of is like
Okay.
those are one of the kinds of parasites that might be able to do this.
Yeah.
There are some others like various forms of extraplanar things, different like on a grander scale dragon worms, which are literally worms that can infect dragons. Those are less likely to do it in the middle of space, but you know,
Do they
Space is
infect them
big.
while living, or is that something that they
usually
move
that's a
into the
living
corpse
dragon
afterwards?
kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Eight.
Is there any
So
way to
that's it.
tell if these
Note to the
wounds-
audience: deworm your dragon.
Yeah, exactly. Is there any way to tell whether these wounds are post-mortem or pre-mortem?
Not without getting closer to them.
Okay, and that's what our drones were trying to do, and now we don't have those.
You've lost one at least.
Okay.
With the nature checks, time dragons are probably the most well known of the stellar dragons. The common types of known, like your chromatic and metallic dragons that everyone is vaguely familiar with from various legends, but then there are also particular to the setting, there are the entropic dragons and the stellar dragons, which have 3 primary member categories, which for entropic dragons you have abyss dragons, gravity dragons, and space dragons. And then for stellar dragons you have astral dragons, solar dragons, and time dragons.
Okay.
Time dragons being the most commonly known to live among people in various different forms, in that they are typically associated with the ages that pass. They are particularly fond of watching civilizations rise and fall. Like their particular ecology with a 10 you don't know a lot about, but like that's what you remember of them.
Okay.
So
Are we planning on sticking around and investigating this further,
We're-
or are we going to?
we're literally already moving till.
Jack wasn't here last time.
No, I was saying that because like the captain a couple minutes ago in this session said we were moving.
Well, said Helm get us moving
Yeah.
specifically. With
Yes,
the religion
but
check,
Mhm.
for Varouche, the things that are extra planar that would do this kind of thing would probably be fiends first and foremost. Things from the astral sea might do it as well, especially anything of the particularly like in the Beholder family might try and do something like that. Void entities wouldn't leave a corpse behind,
Yeah.
and elementals probably wouldn't turn it into a hive.
You said that like that was a real gimme. Why is that? Why wouldn't void entities leave a corpse behind?
Because they what was it? It just basically absorbs everything. It eats everything.
Okay.
It-
So
it-
so
it's
the
like
nature
a-
of void itself is
is
that
like the
consuming?
yeah, like the black hole is kind of how I imagine it. Is kind of just like it's always there. It's you just don't see it. It's always there
Okay.
though.
All right, cool.
Unless
Yeah,
I'm
vo-
interpreting that wrong.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, like void entities would have consumed the entirety of the dragon.
I feel like bees gets that as just sort of like, oh yeah, you kill something, then you eat it or use it as a hive. But Craig, as a viewer, was very interested. Thank you.
Yeah, like the void is the plane of emptiness, and much like nature abhors a vacuum, the void abhors anything.
Gotcha.
The void abhors not a vacuum.
That's fair.
Okay, well, yeah, Till's just gonna keep an eye on whatever we can see from our viewfinder, or if we have, I don't know if they've recalled probes or what, and he's just trying to keep an eye on it until we get the fuck out of here. Because was the captain's command made it sound more like we're making another jump, not we're gonna swing around and see what's on the other
Oh no,
side.
we're out
this
of
thing or anything?
jumps. We're out of jumps for the day.
Oh, okay. So
Which is
we're
why
here
we're
for
here.
a bit.
Like,
Okay.
Yeah,
the
that's
only-
what
the
made
only-
this encounter so significant is the fact that we didn't have any more jumps to be able to get the hell away from it.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
the only way we're getting away from this is under
Impulse
sublight
power,
speed.
basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
impulse
Okay.
speed.
The other thing we found out last time is that the engines can be fueled essentially by spell slots. We
Mhm.
are farther along than we would have been otherwise because Coltarn has been pumping spell slots into the engine.
Okay.
Is it an extra 2 jumps per slot or 1
Yeah,
jump?
if you can feed the engine. So a void engine can jump twice per day, and then you can feed it a spell slot of a level equal to the void engine's rating, basically. So a rating 1 engine only needs a first level spell slot, but if you go up to like a rating 9 engine, it would require a 9th level spell slot to fuel. But once you pump a spell slot of the appropriate level into it, it can jump 2 more times. And
Okay.
you can only do that once per day.
Right. So you can double its jump capacity once per day, basically. Mhm. Or you can just wait for it to naturally recharge and get just the 2 jumps per day.
Yeah.
Okay.
And higher level jump drives mean that the
jumps go further across.
They
the
go
galaxy.
further. Okay. All right. Thanks.
So we can't take our warlock here and get a level 5 and just be able to recharge it every hour and just infa jump all day long.
And of a note, as I mentioned last session, depending on the model of your jump drive, feeding a spell slot that's too high into it might have bad problems.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know.
So like I can't.
Right. Because you might overclock
might
the
blow
system
up
a little
the
much. Right.
Especially on lower ranking, like on low ranking jump drives, especially
Right.
if you
Class
feed
1s
like
and 2s. Yeah.
if you feed like a level 3 or 4 spell into a class 1 or 2 jump drive, you might have problems.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. I assume most of this is probably stuff that Till, as a shipbuilder, already is aware of.
Yeah, and it's like
Okay.
if you feed a 9th level slot into a first level into a rank 1 jump drive, you probably won't have a ship anymore.
Right.
So that's what you do. You build some containment out of it. You feed a 9th level in, and then you push it towards the enemy.
Well, you hope you have time to do that.
Okay. All right. Look, asymmetrical warfare is the best warfare, especially in space.
But the ship begins to move under its impulse power. Make a roll.
Can I think of anything? Having sort of like narrowed down my potential options in my own brain for what this is, can I think of anything that could be used as a deterrent specifically for illithids, other than shooting them?
I was about to say you can fight them.
Like if there's, I don't know if there's any, like if they have any like natural enemies or natural things, something that would draw their attention more than this ship.
I mean, everything that lives has a natural enemy in fiends usually, but other than fiends, you can't really think of things that would be a distracting threat to illithids more than their prey.
What do I know about like the sensory structures of illithids?
Not a lot.
Not a lot. Do I know if they can detect magic or types of magic?
Probably.
Because I mean, if there's a chance that they're scared of fiends, we do have a big fiend beacon. I'm going to go find our champion, whose name I can't think of.
Syrah.
Yeah.
Sarah. Yep.
So as the ship is beginning to move, there's a lurch and the groaning of metal as the ship stops moving.
Oh no.
The hey,
What the? And you hear Captain Zephnash, Helm, what the hell just happened? And there's something that comes back over her comms. Shit. All right. God. Woke here, preserve me.
Yeah, I'm calling zombie bullshit.
Have we been grappled?
Something you'd like to share?
Get me the screen of that helm. And a few minutes later, a holographic image pulls up in the middle of the room, depicting the ship in its free floating space. And you can see that wrapped around the back of the engines are a pair of massive tendrils that are erupting from a couple of the holes in the body of this dragon.
Now that there's a physical form to think about it,
Uh,
does that help at all?
So I'm afraid that dragon might be infested with illithids.
Dragons don't usually do that.
Too.
No.
The dragon's also dead bees.
Well, sometimes things look like they're dead and then other things come out of it. And sometimes things look like they die and it's just a stage in their life cycle.
Pretty sure this one's dead.
So as much as I enjoy conversation about theory, how do we get this thing the hell off?
That is,
Well,
is Jasira in the area?
Jasira's in the cargo bay,
Damn it.
keeping an eye on the box.
Yeah. That's a very good question. If you'll excuse me, I'm heading to the cargo bay.
The rest of you, as Captain Zephnash looks at that, it's right where our guns can't actually shoot it. This is why I didn't want to be flying away from it until we knew what was happening.
Now, when you say tendrils, are we talking about like cables or are we talking actual biological tentacles?
They look to be tentacles.
All right.
Like from a couple of the holes in the side of the dragon, very large tentacles shot out and wrapped around the ship's engines.
Just for shits and giggles. How many enviruses do you have?
All of our crew's armor can be enviro sealed, and we've got 3 more spacesuits, but
Would a spacesuit count as armor?
a spacesuit is specifically clothing.
Okay, fantastic. Because I don't want Till's OC to go down because he has to put on a suit. I can get my tools and go out and start cutting things.
Are your tools?
I use them to build ships. I can use them to take them apart.
I would be worried about what might come along those tendrils to stop you.
Well, I'd like to not go out by myself with that sort of thing in mind. Yes, absolutely.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. How practical is it that a few of us go out, try to dislodge this thing by, pumping as much damage into it as we can?
We'll go out.
I mean, like,
Bees, I don't actually, of everyone, I think you should stay here. I don't think you would be of use out there at all.
So
be of
like,
use.
is it smart or is it just like, you know, an animal or something?
If it's
Does it
an
matter? I don't know
if
that there's a
it's
way to communicate.
if it's an illithid hive, it's very smart.
Is it
Well,
like us?
no, it's not like you'd be.
She looks at bees. Like you, if each of you was individual and yet still a hive.
Oh, that's way scary.
We're scary.
So if it's
That's
smart,
right, bees. You're really scary.
All
You
right,
actually
let's
are
let
pretty
Miss
scary.
Fairchild say what she's trying to.
well, no, it's fine.
Sorry.
It's fine. So I know this might sound crazy, but I've always been taught that there's not that there's always a deal that can be made. There's always some kind of way that you can come to an agreement on something, right?
Everybody
So
needs something.
right. So it might seem crazy, but what if we just talk to it?
The problem with that is you can broker a deal with someone who sees you as a person. I don't know that you can broker a deal with someone who sees you as food.
It's not necessarily true. I mean, I suppose it's not necessarily false. I would say we could give it a shot, except how would we even communicate with it?
I mean, there are some sentient deer and cows back home that I would say would disagree, but you know, fake.
Is there any of us that it wouldn't see as food?
If they're mind flayers, you have a brain, you're food.
Tolbar,
We don't.
Tolbar,
Go
who
ahead.
has been standing off to one corner, just suddenly speaks up. I don't have a brain.
We knew you could talk. He's been holding out on us.
Son of a bitch, they were right this whole time.
I like to think that Till's like, yes, Tolbar. I'm sorry, what?
Also, we
Captain
don't.
Zefnash looks over at the automaton.
Pardon. Allow me to reintroduce myself. I am Skier Tolbar.
Good to know, Skier.
How do you talk now?
Coltarn perfected a new technology.
Oh, so the talking is new. Sweet, because I felt really dumb for a second.
Yes.
Well, welcome to the club.
Thank you.
Mister will fly over and sit on Tolbar's shoulder.
Hello.
Hello.
But I do not have what one might typically classify as a brain.
It's actually a really good point.
Yeah.
I don't know that you have what one might typically classify as negotiating skills either, though.
This is also
Everyone-
fair.
We can do it. We don't have a single brain. We have lots of tiny nervous systems.
Yeah, but Beast, how are you gonna talk to it, dude?
Real loud.
Though,
Uh,
if the information that I currently possess is accurate, it may not be useful to negotiate for goods or services when the goods that they desire are you.
Well, right. That's because you find something that they might want more or is more, you know, like enticing.
Captain, assuming that this is, can somebody calculate at least give me a probability projection of how, if this is an illithid swarm hive infestation thing, given the size of this dragon's corpse, how many we're likely to have in there?
Skier Toolbar can give that calculation. I, the player, cannot.
Well, the problem is the calculation of how many illithid you're dealing with depends on how fresh the corpse is and how long they've had time to set up.
I'm just looking for a rough
Yeah.
ballpark.
Skier will give a minimum to maximum estimate based on what information he has.
Like minimum estimate as few as several dozen, maximum as many as 100 or more.
I'm sorry, did you say several dozen?
Yes, several dozen, depending on how swiftly they have cannibalized the body.
Son of an actual bitch.
All
How
right.
thick are those tendrils?
I was gonna say, I think we need to cut, run, turn, and just light this thing up from distance.
Well, that was originally our plan, was to light it up from a distance, but we couldn't get far enough away. So
Miss Fairchild, no disrespect to your, based on what I'm hearing, negotiations, while laudable in most contexts, probably isn't going to work great here.
yeah.
I'm thinking,
Yeah,
but
no, I get it. Totally scoped.
Well, first, we have to get those tendrils off of us because they're in the one spot we can't reach with any of our weapons.
right.
Right.
So
We talk with our
and
damage spells.
Knowing what we're talking about, I'm almost certain they planned it that way.
uh-huh.
If Skier has an estimate for how long after the grapple is initiated the boarding will commence, he'll give it.
You would probably expect an initial scouting party to be sent up to the ship within a few minutes.
Given how long.
wait, so they're coming to us?
Yes.
Probably.
They have immobilized the ship. They will be sending shock troopers next.
That helps us, right?
No.
Not really.
I don't think they're coming to talk.
No, that's not what I mean. I mean, it'll make it easier than us having to suit up and go out into the vacuum ourselves.
They will be ripping holes in the ship.
What if we opened one of the airlocks? Not completely, but open one. They might see it as an easy way in. Then we at least control where they enter.
I don't know if Skier Tolbar has enough information to indicate.
Doesn't really. But Captain Zafnash just, the funnel's better than letting them rip a hole in the ship. And she'll signal up to the helm. Unseal the aft airlock. Let them come in. Guns ready.
Do we need to be trying to cut free, or should we focus all of our energy on?
You want to cut free with illithids bearing down on you, or you want to wait till you shoot the scouting party first?
That works for
I
me.
would-
You're a better tactician than I am.
I would say that. Also, I wonder if maybe we should suit up just in case. The
Yeah,
whole.
if any of you have spacesuits or any kind of environmental seals, I'd get to them now. We don't know if anything's going to go south.
Do we have spacesuits at all?
There are 3 spares if anyone needs one.
Are any of them tiny sized?
No.
Okay.
We
Could
could
be worn over armor. Or does it have to be under?
Spacesuit would have to be under armor because it is clothing.
we
Okay.
could
Bill's
share
gonna go
one.
grab one.
Dibs on
Yeah.
whichever one is red.
It's an orc ship. They're all either red or black.
He'll take a black one. And he'll grab a red one for Kendall.
If this doesn't work, Mistel, I think the best thing for you to do is try to find the place they're least likely to come first on the ship and seal yourself in so you at least don't lose life support. You too, Beast.
Before
Missile.
before I suggest this in character, I will ask out of character, could the bees temporarily at least inhabit one of the life suits?
I mean, you could put because your armor is your body, you
Yeah.
could theoretically put a spacesuit around the hive and just pilot it from the inside. You would just be losing all of your things that rely on, bees moving around externally.
Okay.
So all of your weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically everything bees does.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like of the group of us, the only two that really can't fight in a vacuum at all are bees and Mistle. Mistle
can't.
because she's too small, and bees because he
Cool.
relies on, or they rely on,
Swarm stuff, yeah.
Coltar.
Yeah, it's a
Well,
valid
stuff.
point. I don't think we have any Loxodon-sized ones either.
Coltarn
Yeah.
could fashion something for Mistle.
if he has time.
I would like to help.
Loxodons are hardy enough. You could probably get by with some kind of rebreather cult or Varush, but you'd need something at the very least.
Yeah, I don't even have a helmet.
Like especially if
No.
you just especially if you're not exposing yourself
Well,
into space.
So
I mean, I guess I have ceramic armor, so that has a helmet.
Yeah.
It's just not.
I
I was
sealed.
thinking of everyone, you would have something.
so
We need 744 very small
William.
rebreathers.
My Omni tool has a rebreather in it. I know I can't separate that out, but could I use magical tinkering to replicate that quickly? Like a
That's a more
temporary version?
difficult. That's a more difficult task. You would need to spend some supplies on it.
Could I do that though? Like, could I spend some supplies to make a temporary, like to cobble together a rebreather temporarily?
You could, yeah, I'd say you could spend 5 gold worth of materials to make
Okay.
essentially the equivalent
Disposable
of,
rebreather.
Yeah, disposable rebreather.
So
basically.
Tolbar will continue. In addition to me, Coltarn has been working on several additional devices and would be able to swiftly fashion something that would work for Mistle and Varush.
Of note, every spacesuit in the each of the spacesuits in the Gulnash Volkir's lockers does also come with a set of EVA gear.
Cool. So you can move externally if you need to.
Yeah.
Sweet.
EVA gear is the piece of bulky equipment that allows the wearer to move in space, granting them the equivalent of a fly speed equal to their walking speed in zero gravity situations.
So is that separate from the spacesuits then? Or does
Yes,
it come attached as-
they are separate things. They're just paired with each of them.
Okay.
But we would need to get to him. I believe he went to the cargo bay.
All right, Mistle and Varush, I think you guys probably head that way. The rest of us, well, let's see. There's only 3 spacesuits, so
I do
Who
not
gets
need
those?
one.
yeah, we got that, Tolar. Thanks. But there's me, Till, Kendall, and Coltarn. Coltarn obviously needs one. Oh, also,
Coltarn
Well-
already has one.
good. Okay, well, then I guess that covers that.
So
As Till walks back in, kind of shifting his shoulders because wings underneath a
Yeah.
spacesuit aren't
Yeah.
comfortable, but he's making it work somehow.
These spacesuits are not made for your
Yeah.
wings, so
Yeah.
it's not going to be comfortable for the avians.
Yeah, I was fully aware of that. I was kind of not talking about it till just now, I guess. All right, I guess I'll go squeeze into one of those things too.
And hands the red one to Kendall.
Do you have something in like a 4? Never mind.
Holds it up. This one's for you.
the joke would be better if for you was like an orcish clothing size too. Like it's a for you.
Oh,
And then Till's gonna go march his happy ass down to the whatever
yeah, cargo bay.
our airport, whatever airlock we're trying to funnel them through, and just post up fairly close to the door.
Yeah, once I get my spacesuit on, I'll
Like 25 feet, say.
I'll get as far back as I can from the door and try to post in a position that will obstruct everyone else as little as possible. Or will be obstructed by everyone else as little as possible.
How far is the airlock from the observation room?
The observation, like the airlock itself and the observation room, are both like lower in the ship than everything that's important. So the airlock is probably not more than a minute or two. Like not even that. It's like if it's like a couple hallways down from the observation room.
Okay. I think the majority of the torch bees are sort of swarming back into the hive armor, which there's a sound of tearing paper essentially as the armor detaches itself from where it's been cocooned against the wall and starts to lurch out and sort of follow the others.
Bees, if this goes sideways, I need you to get somewhere safe, like quickly.
Okay. But
I realize that means that it's kind of a moot point if we all die, but
right.
I gotta
That's right.
say it.
We don't want to stay back here while you all are going and fighting. If there's
I
no
get
air,
that.
it's okay. It's okay, Gideon.
All right.
Kendall eventually lumbers in. Can we get somewhere? I'm gonna just get my own because this is not flattering.
Yeah, I gotta get something that lets me use my wings. Granted, I can't use them in here anyway, but this is not comfortable at all.
No. Also, what
Yes.
kind of smells?
It does smell.
Will it?
Wonder. Never mind. I don't want to know.
Right? Yeah, I'm trying not to think about it.
So meanwhile, the ones that are heading down to the cargo bay first, Coltarn arrives first, obviously.
Yeah. So I was going to find Jasira.
Yes. So you make your way down there.
Jasira.
Jasira looks up. I noticed something bad happened.
Yes. What do you know about illithids?
More than I want to, less than I probably should, given the situation.
Do you happen to know how they react, and if it is viscerally or not, to the presence of fiends?
Very viscerally. There's a long-going feud between most fiends and mind flayers. They tend to react, if they think they have the advantage, aggressively.
Like the idea that Coltern's like,
Would
good, shoved out of airlock.
would they be how good are they at sensing the presence of fiends?
No better than most. If they have the rare mind flayer spellcaster around, then maybe effective, but they're not common.
And if they think they have the advantage and will attack aggressively, would that be something that might make them overextend?
No, I've never known mind flayers to overextend.
Okay.
Underestimate, maybe. Overextend, no.
We have Hive of Illithid have inhabited a dragon corpse nearby and have caught the ship.
Fuck. That's worse.
Yes.
That's much worse. No, you don't understand.
Enlighten me.
If the mind flayers are taking or have inhabited the corpse of a dragon, that dragon's not going to be a corpse for long.
They can reanimate it or repurpose it.
One of the main reasons that mind flayers take down dragons is to bring one of their elder brains into it and give what was once a stationary hive mind a moving fortress.
This is the point where we all curse that Fizban's guide exists.
Or cheer.
So
Or
it was
cheer.
really fun playing these characters with you guys.
Right. Yep.
He just sort of locking eyes with her. He turns his gaze towards where the sword is. Would that be something that would deal with this, or would it just make things worse?
It might deal with it and make things worse all into the bargain.
Is it even an option?
I know how to open that casket, yes. I don't want to.
I don't
I
want you
would
to.
rather do anything than open that casket.
Similarly. But we have a crew full of people who have never fought these. A ship full of people who were not prepared to fight these. No ability to run in our ship is currently caught. And if a dragon wakes up to an elder brain before we can get away, we also
I'll get
don't
started.
We also don't have the ability to jump right now.
I'll get started then.
Can I make an Arcana check as to whether or not them being in first of all, can I make a Arcana check to see whether or not void and fiendish and or void energy and energy of what's it called? Zarheim are compatible or incompatible? Or do I just know that?
Energies of Gnunga Gap, the Void, are incompatible with most things because it is nothingness. It tends to eat everything.
Could I use my whatever latent void touched ability that I have to stave off any sort of mind control or manipulation effects that sword might produce?
You would have to have void powers roughly equivalent or greater than the fiendish energy source.
Okay, so
so
it's not-
unlikely
it's-
considering you're not a sorcerer of any level.
Yeah, so just the fact that I am void touch isn't enough to like have that oil and water effect. It has to be more powerful.
Yeah. It's that the two energies are not compatible. They're not, one is not an one is not a negator of the other.
Yeah. So yeah. Would I think of anybody who could safely wield that thing in our party?
Syrah, if anyone.
Basically it, yeah.
Pick me.
Do you know how to wield something like that? I ask her as she heads towards it.
Oh, I know how. I don't want to. I know
don't
how.
I don't blame you, but I don't know if anyone else can. At which point somebody would probably enter the cargo bay.
Yeah, and then the next person coming in arrives.
Yeah, so Mistle,
Which I think is Till.
Actually,
Oh no, wait, no, Verusian Mistle had left first. That's right. Yep.
Also, I'm assuming the cargo is the airlock that they're opening in the cargo bay or no?
No.
Yeah, so y'all wouldn't necessarily even come this way. How portable is that? How portable is that dust runner yet? Is it still only movable?
Have you put any more work into it?
I mean, I've been repairing it, but I don't have any money to spend on it, so no.
Yeah, then it's still only either guns or walking.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So Verusian Mist will arrive.
Yes.
Probably with Scare would head towards the airlock. So
Verusian Mist will arrive as Jasira walks away from Koltar and sits down in front of the box with the blade and just kind of puts her hands up as if in a meditative stance and starts muttering.
Hearing the elephant coming in, turn around. Verusian Mistle, what's the plan?
Couple things. We're a bit short on sealed clothing and armor. So Skier said that you'd been fashioning some items to address, or could fashion some items to address that problem.
I can address
For myself and Mistle.
I can address a lack of oxygen. I can make rebreathers. For Mistle, I could probably make a sealed suit. It's small enough. Could I make it? Could I, like, so I'd have to spend money and cobble together the rebreathers. Could I actually just magical tinker a suit similar to what I made for bees, but size for Mistle? Is Mistle small
Theoretically,
enough? Yeah.
like you adjusting for like the less materials but more artisanry, it probably costs the same as making a spacesuit. So again, 5 gold.
Yeah. So yeah. So yeah. Yeah. It'll give me a few moments, and he'll like pull that large mechanized backpack off of his back, put it down. Mister, would you come here?
He will fly over.
Just stand right here.
He's doing that.
And then I will very rapidly, using a combination of just scrap and hard light, because I do have some amount of hard light that I've been using, fabricate a rebreather. 2 rebreathers, one for Mistle and one for Varouche, and then also a sealable, though not life support enabled, suit for Mistle, so that with the rebreather plus the suit, Mistle will be okay. So that's 15 gold I'll spend.
While he's tinkering, I walk over to Jasira with her arms outstretched toward the box. Say, so what are you doing? We could use some hands up top.
Well, you could use more as a way to get out of this mess, right?
Yes.
I don't like it, but you're looking at the way out of this mess.
I'm not following. How would adding this to any situation remedy the said situation?
From
Power of this sword in the hands of a wielder could at the very least buy us our freedom from the Mind Flayer's assault. I don't know what else I could do with it, but I could at the very least get us out of here. And unfortunately, unless you've hit the incorruptible stage of paladinhood, which, believe me, I have every confidence in you, but I don't think you're at right now, I'm the only person who can hold this and survive. At least with their mind intact.
So we just need somebody to wield it.
I'm not going to let you make a martyr sacrifice here.
Maybe I'm stronger than you think. But I'm ancient demon sword unleashed. Although to fight illithids. Is there something more you know about this illithids? These illithid that
I know what they're going to
hasn't
do
been-
with that dragon.
I look over towards where Koltarn's tinkering. Do you know what they're going to do with that dragon? Has she told you? Is
yes,
this-
that's why I suggested opening the sword.
Oh, it was your idea.
William, check chat.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. With that,
Yeah.
we're going to take a quick break
All right.
as Varouche considers.
For those of you watching at home, when we take our break, you take your break. So stand up, stretch your legs, grab a drink, do whatever you need to do. We'll be back in just a few minutes. As soon as I find the button. We're back. A dinosaur story.
So, Coltarn very quickly assembles a spacesuit and rebreather, and 2 rebreathers for Varouche and Mistle.
I'm building specifically. In League of Legends, how they have the like sci-fi futuristic skins for everybody. It's one of the like robot skins of one of the small characters.
The project skins.
Yeah, like it's like one of the project skins for one of the like Teemo or somebody. It's like that, but on Mistle.
But while after that is done, Jasira says to the rest of the group, if you're going to help with fighting, you may want to go do that. It's going to be a minute before this thing can open.
Has anybody considered maybe not cracking that thing open until it becomes absolutely necessary?
You're not there.
Oh, okay. I thought you were
there,
saying the
I'm
rest of
not
the group. Okay.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
I thought we were all headed to the cargo bay because that's where they were opening the hatch.
No, the airlock is not in the cargo bay.
Okay, gotcha. Never mind. Till's not there.
Yeah, no, you're not the only one that had that thought. I just hadn't voiced it yet.
Okay, good.
How long is it still standing by Jasira? How long is it going to take you to crack that open?
A couple of minutes.
Is it something that you can hold off from doing or get almost done and stop at the end if you don't need it? Or is it a process that once started, its fuse is lit?
Fuse is lit, basically, yes.
If we wait to try to do this until we need it, it'll be too late.
It's designed to take several minutes. I could abort it, but aborting it would have repercussions.
Such as?
This casket is designed to store and contain the demonic energies that the blade emits. If I abort it before it's opened, it's going to vent those into the cargo bay.
How quickly?
In an instant. It's siphoning them off to draw the energy it needs to break its own magical seals. If I tell it to stop, it has to get rid of that energy somehow. I can put the sword back again later. But if I try and stop it from opening once I start, you might lose the ship.
Will you want to?
I will definitely want to.
Insight check. I mean, I know it from before, but just... Roll 20.
On her end as well.
For 25.
But what you get off of her is a very serious I will want to, with the emphasis on I and asterisk.
Okay. Is there a footnote for that asterisk?
I mean, the asterisk you can sort of surmise is assuming I'm the one in control at that point.
Yeah. Okay.
Out of curiosity, where we're going, are we like going directly to a mission, or are we gonna? Is there gonna be like a market or someplace nearby when we get there?
You're going to a planet that has been off the galactic map for centuries.
Oh, well, that answers that question. Shit.
All right, you two have your rebreathers. I have mine. Let's go. I assume there's a place we're going to help the others fight.
I thought we were going to try to talk to it.
Why would we try to talk to it?
so it won't murder us. And then we won't have to kill it.
But their goal is to murder us, so they reproduce by murdering us.
I mean, that's what you think of them, but
They
you might not know until you
reproduce
talk
by
to them.
murdering us. That's what they're doing to that dragon right now.
It never hurts to talk.
When you're dealing with psychic space parasites, it does hurt to talk.
We can send a message out as they approach the airlock, if they approach the airlock, but this is not looking positive. And I'll grab the rebreather off the table and start heading up.
I like that I was able to say the line, when you're dealing with psychic space parasites, it does hurt to talk.
So the three of you head over to join the rest of the party.
Yes.
And right about when the three of you have arrived,
Skier, Colton.
the crew, the helm crew, calls out, "Unidentified life forms approaching along the tendrils path. They'll be here in a few moments."
Well, guys, we all die today. Been real nice knowing you.
I don't think we're gonna die.
We're dying?
Fine. No.
We're
we're
I'm pretty
fine.
sure we're dead.
Worth noting for the rest of you, if we live long enough through this, our friend is going to be unboxing our present in order to drive off the thing that's going to come after them. So don't freak out.
Huh?
No,
Boxing present.
I thought nobody was opening it.
Oh,
That's
Oh no!
Oh,
No! 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 No!
No.
No! That is much work.
Yeah, no, it's
You-
it's much less worse than what they're doing to that dragon.
No, that's normal.
No,
People
it's
need that
not,
to live.
bees.
I mean, for them, it's normal.
For those
Some
that
are
don't, for
sure.
those of you that are unaware, they are going to be implanting a large illithid brain into that dragon to reawaken it and give it a body.
See, she told me she knew what they were doing, but she never elaborated. And you said you knew, but you didn't tell me either.
Look,
Okay.
there's been a lot of information in my brain lately. I don't know how much of it has come out or not.
That's
So
better
yes,
than using the sword.
they are infesting the dragon to make it a super weapon of psychic proportions.
That's
Just
better
out of
than-
curiosity, this super weapon that they're making, is it like gonna be able to like
The dragon.
travel through like void jump?
Yes,
Oh, that's way worse.
it'll also be able to melt your brain from where it's at.
Oh, that's fantastic. So we're literally looking at being actively fucked or passively fucked. Sweet, that's great.
One fight at a time, everyone. Miss Fairchild, are we ready?
I guess.
I would have grabbed one of the EVA suit
Very
things
confused.
on the way back and strapped it on.
Hmm.
All right. I don't have time to do all the fancy lighting on this, but everyone pick your spots.
Hey! So the 04 is the airlock, basically?
Yes.
Till's right here in the corner.
I will pick my spot after I finish rearranging everyone's cameras. Actually, I only have to rearrange 3 of you. Huh. Fun.
Actually,
Wait a second, where's the
is this door
where's
open?
the airlock?
The doors can be opened or shut.
Okay, so this is the airlock right here,
Oh.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Balls.
Phil's gonna
I
be
am
basically
actually
in this doorway then, and encouraging Kendall to be behind him.
Gideon, you're red.
Yes, everyone heal thine selves.
Bring yourselves to max HP.
I appreciate the encouragement.
Miss Fairchild,
Huh?
back behind me, if you would.
That's likely to get shot again. That way, no, I'm just kidding.
Look, we don't
Mistress
know.
gonna
We don't
be-
know how she got
That
shot
was-
in the first place.
That was a me joke, not a Baruch joke.
Mistel's gonna be sitting on bees.
Okay. So bees are gonna be by Gideon then.
I feel like I should probably. be, like,
Beasts don't need to be
here.
by Gideon because Gideon's like way back, my
Where
dude.
is-
Is that a preferential or a tactical position?
Who, Gideon?
No.
Yeah.
Kendall.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
Cool.
You're so petty, Till.
So focused. To be fair, so focused on job.
You can be both.
Fine, close enough. And Till just reaches forward and does a little double tap on Coltarn's shoulder to let him know he's right behind him.
I will try not to. So Till, you watch as Coulter's like sort of he's there's something new on his armor that you sort of see him gesture at you with to indicate that he understands you're there. The backpack that he has sort of attached is now has a series of like cabling and reinforcement coming out of it that is going all the way down his right arm. That sort of like almost like construction bracing. Attaching his shoulder is his pauldron to the bracer and gauntlet, and then laced across the fist, the sort of the hand and knuckles of his gauntlet, are a series of what are currently sparking electrodes.
Okay.
That he sort of just like gestures with.
So it's just like a little bit of passive discharge coming off of whatever he's wired in there, kind of.
Yeah.
All right. Dope.
And in his other hand is a pistol. It's a heavily modified pistol.
Can Till hold an action to just shoot the first enemy he sees?
Sure.
Hell yeah.
You're going into this expecting the fight.
Yep.
Yeah, I would also like to do that actually.
So the a few moments as you wait a few moments, eventually a shadow passes over the airlock. And through the glass, the reinforced tempered glass on the inside airlock door, you see a single figure approach. And you can make out in the darkness of the airlock with the emergency lighting a tall figure with glowing yellow eyes and a strange silhouette. That's the only thing you see in the airlock.
Okay.
And then the door opens. And you realize that the reason you couldn't, and the reason that that was the only thing you saw in the airlock was the other things that are in the airlock with you are much smaller. As the elongated, almost emaciated frame of this tall, lanky figure with a squid-like head with glowing yellow eyes and long tentacles draping about mid-chest, dressed in elaborate robes with long clawed hands, is joined by 3 quadrupedal walking brains that look legitimately like a brain sprouted arms and legs and is roughly the size of a small dog. And
Time to Thunder Punch Lassie.
as we open up initiative with held actions going off and everyone rolling initiative.
I didn't say it, so I won't shoot. I was gonna hold an action too, but I didn't think about it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Also, I had a question in chat, William. It's right above.
Okay, rolling
not
like
quite.
quacks again.
Booby.
Okay, I didn't think so. Just wanted to make sure.
Once you hit military vehicles, then yes.
Oh wait, no, I don't need to roll. I keep forgetting I don't need to roll initiative for Tolbar. You can take Tolbar off the initiative, William. We're going at my astounding initiative of 6.
As opposed to the much better roll you had for Tolbar of 8.
I mean, yeah.
Come on, I'm trying to fix my-
Technically going before the intellect of ours.
Eight would an 8 would have put me on par with the Mind Flare instead of after the Mind Flare.
By 0.02.
Yep, by a higher dexterity modifier, you
Yep.
are going before the intellect devourers.
Woo!
All right, Gideon,
All
make
right.
use of that long range I gave you.
Well, Gideon and Till's held actions go off before anything else happens.
All right. Till is
Yeah.
going to shoot that closest intellect devourer twice. With his fan fucking tastic revolver. Or yeah, revolver. Does a 14 hit it?
Yes.
Okay.
I
We
rolled
do-
a 20. Sorry.
We do 7 ballistic damage. It has to make a constitution save or be stunned until the end of my next turn.
Out of the 16, do you?
What's my DC? What's 8 plus 3 plus 4? 15, right?
Yep.
Yep. So, yep, that's a success. That's okay. Second shot. We'll try it again. 19 hits for another 7 damage. It makes another con save.
I feel for
Still
you.
good. Yeah, no, it happens.
I rolled a 23 on that one.
Okay. On which one?
That one?
On the top intellect devour? Okay.
Yep.
You don't get your sneak attack because you don't have the time to take a bonus action on it, but go ahead and
Right.
do your damage.
Are
Okay.
you whispering your damage?
No.
Because I didn't see it roll.
No, I knew my
No,
damage.
he,
I didn't
he
roll
fired
my-
it. He fired it. Oh, he rolled the attack
Oh,
before
I
we
did.
started rolling initiative.
Yeah, the attack is
Oh,
up
okay.
there always
Oh, okay.
for
Yeah,
his
right,
7
so-
damage. Yeah.
7
I
damage.
see.
7 damage, yeah.
That's right.
So I was like
I
trying to figure
forgot
out,
to roll that at the same time.
I was like trying to figure out where the attack was.
Yeah, because he said roll the held actions go off and then initiative. So I rolled my held action
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah, yeah.
I rolled my initiative.
Yeah.
But I was muted, so nobody heard me do it.
Bees, you're up first.
All right.
Get in there, buddy.
Yeah. They are
Become one with the
lit-
hive.
literally going to get in there as Bees will say to Mistle, you can hear, hold on tight. And the bees just swarm out of the hive armor as we cast spike growth over between us and the airlock.
Hey, real quick, William.
Yes.
The chart has me as a 16 initiative, but I rolled a 21. I thought I had
Yeah.
clicked my token, but
You're listed at 21.
go. Okay, I was looking below and not. Sorry, my bad. I got confused.
So
Yeah, if you widen the initiative track, it makes more sense.
we'll center it here so it doesn't catch any of us, but it's a 20-foot radius.
What's your
yeah.
your dex score,
Thanks, John.
Camille?
My dex is 2. My score is a 14, I think it is. Hang on.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
14.
you didn't have the decimal point, so I wasn't sure if you were going after before. Or...
I wish there was a button combination to draw circles from the center.
Right.
Yeah. It'll look basically like. No, it'll be bigger than that. Hold
Kinda.
on.
It's a 20-foot radius, yeah?
Yeah, that's not quite right, but basically like that.
Yep.
I'm trying not
that's
to
good.
catch anybody.
Good.
It's a little bigger than that, but I started it from the wrong point. Oh, wait, I can make it bigger. Hold on. No,
Yeah, you can drag it.
but for bees casting this, actually, can I? I don't know that I still can actually.
What layer did you draw it on?
I don't know. It's not worth messing with.
It's fine.
I got it.
But so what essentially what this looks like is just the hive armor is sort of deflating and collapsing a little bit as the bees go out and just is this great work accurate that's there on the map? Is this actually great sort of grading on the floors?
Roughly, yeah.
So what happens is the bees just swarm out and then they go into the grates and into the vents on the walls and just disappear. And they are sort of everywhere, lurking just out of sight.
Just waiting to stab anybody who walks in that area.
Yeah, and that's my turn.
Ambush D4s.
Exactly.
Varush.
All right. I will pop my head around the corner and with my fancy new machine gun that Coltarn kitted out for me, I'm
Hell
going
yeah.
to shoot the fuck out of the tall mind flayer in the back. Let's see. 26.
That'll hit.
Hell yeah.
For 5 points of damage.
You hear bees say, "I'm counting that. We're counting that as a nod."
And 12.
I don't think that'll hit the mind. That does not hit the mind flayer.
All right.
As you fire the second shot, and there's this spark off the air in front of it as it hits some kind of force field.
All right. And as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Nice.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Kendall, you're up before the intellect devours.
All righty. First off, I would like to thank Bees for making the entire area dangerous to traverse so Kendall doesn't do something stupid.
Well done. Well done.
Kendall, what do you mean? We wouldn't sting you. Wink.
I'm just saying, if it suddenly didn't look real dangerous in there, Kendall is not combat savvy. She 100% would have teleported behind them.
Yep.
Gideon actually will end up going before the intellect devours as well because they have the same dex, but he has a higher intelligence.
Welcome to our newly patented airlock full of bees.
Instead, and I don't think this is going to work well, but this is what she's going to do. She will from where she is, take a look at the mind flayer. And she is going to cast hold. Oh no, it's not a person. Never mind.
It's not a person. You do know that your spell does not work on things that aren't
Never
people.
mind. I had a brain fart on that. Then in that case, we'll do the other thing, which is she gets sort of a sort of shadow that passes over her, and suddenly she just feels a lot more like her dad. And I am casting Cause Fear.
Ooh.
And since it's at 3rd level, I will be targeting both the Mind Flayer and the intellect devourer to the south.
The one that hasn't been injured.
Correct.
And what kind of save is that?
That is a wisdom save, DC 14.
Wisdom save. There's a 20 from the mind.
Yeah.
Flayer,
That's fine.
and a 5 from the intellect devourer.
I got one.
Hell yeah.
Spell slot not wasted.
It is frightened.
Successful turn. And yeah, I think that is going to be it for my turn because I don't think I have anything bonus actually beyond teleporting. Yep, that's it. That's my turn.
Oops, I accidentally hit the button too many times.
I guess technically
Gideon.
I might be able to.
Sweet.
Unless
Okay.
you have
So-
something else you want to do.
No, I can't get across. I was thinking I might be able to go past that and then she could still be dumb.
And then into open space.
So of course we start this off with a headshot. 16 against their acrobatics or stealth.
Okay. Who are you aiming at with that?
The same one, the top one.
The top intellect devour? Okay.
Yes.
Their acrobatics or stealth. Stealth to 14. You have headshot.
Have headshot. Sweet. So
You.
that
Why do
was
you
a-
always miss when you aim at?
I know, right?
Oh, in their defense,
Yeah.
these things only have brains, not heads.
Unfortunately, a 10 will miss.
Not approved.
That's it. I'm done. I don't anything else that I can do. I don't need to do so.
All right. This one is the frightened intellect devourer. It is frightened. It is going nowhere near Kendall. But what it does want to do is make the scary thing go away. Except you're out of 10 feet from it, so it
Yes,
can't actually
I
try and
am.
eat your brain.
Yes, I am.
All it wants to do is eat your brain.
We're not unreasonable.
No one's gonna eat your eyes.
It's gonna cower in the corner here.
If it
Oh,
moves,
and it's gonna take
takes
2d4.
damage.
It does take 2d4.
That was my hope.
5.
Is it 2d4 for every 5 feet it moves?
Yeah, it only
It
moved
only
5.
moved
I
5
think.
feet? Damn it. I thought it was
Yeah.
further in.
Nope, but all the rest of them are going to have to move more than 5 feet, probably.
To get to us. Yep. Except the mind flayer.
Yeah,
Right.
This one
the mind flare that has, range.
60-foot cone.
and can hover.
Also that.
Well, this one's got to try and get to someone that it can try and attack. So it's going to close 10 feet to try and get at Varouche.
I'd love to roll 2 more.
Roll 44.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
What are the odds of that?
Fucking yes.
I even nodded.
About
For
1 in
those,
4?
for those not watching, I just rolled 4 ones on each of those G4s.
It's 1 in 4
Stop
each.
stealing my shtick.
Oh no, get it off me, Jeremy.
The sad thing is, if you had rolled like anything higher, this intellect devourer would be dead.
Right, I figured.
Well, it's okay. I'm sure Varouche's brain is tasty.
That other one is okay. With the
It only
5
took.
points of
Yeah,
damage?
the other one hadn't been hit yet.
Oh, it took 5 points of damage.
Yeah, it had the other one
Oh,
cowered in the
okay,
corner.
okay,
This one has
no.
been shot and had to walk 10 feet.
I'm sorry. I forgot about that.
Um,
I was confused.
Varouche, make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, I'm glad I got that fucking aura. 23.
Good. Let's see. Okay,
And
you do not take psychic damage, and you don't have the intelligence drain. Well, intelligence attempt override, but
And just so you know, Craig, 0.39% chance of that being the roll on 4d4.
Sounds about right.
Fantastic.
Less than 1/2 of 1%.
Excellent. Excellent.
Varush, you feel
Making
this
the impossible possible.
you feel this alien presence trying to invade your mind and just crush down on your sentience, but you focus and steel yourself, and you feel the fury of your faith and power fill you, and you just shove it aside. The next one has to
This
go
is-
further to get anywhere.
This is
Ha-ha.
really bad, by the way, for anyone who has, was it trypophobia, like fear
Yeah.
of holes? Because
Mhm.
it's basically as they move over the grating, just sort of in sequence as a wave, there are the bees like just like popping up, stinging. and
Their
going
little
back in.
butts coming out. Yep.
Yep.
It's a Starcraft lurker.
Ah.
Yep.
It's a Starcraft lurker attack as they walk around.
Headcanon bees is an evolved Hydralisk.
We're gonna, as I get more and more spells, we'll move through all the Zerg.
This one has to walk 15 feet to get to someone it can try and intellect devour.
64. Let's see what your odds are here. bud.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's see if we can do.
Do
oh
it
boy.
again. Do it again.
Yeah.
Is it? It doesn't have to
It's
move.
within 10 feet of Varush again.
14.
That's exactly what you needed. The intellect devourer rushes forward, and the bees just attack it as swarm on it as it tries to run forward, and it just collapses in a heap.
Can this one be dragged into a vent?
Yeah,
Yeah.
as the bees catch it as it tries to leave the grating and just drag it underneath the grate.
That's not.
Holy shit.
Look, this whole Event Horizon thing is getting more and more.
Tim,
I
it's your
picked the
turn.
wrong fucking movie to watch to fall asleep this morning.
You really did.
Where we're going, we don't need hives.
Till's going to move up to here and pump at least 2 rounds into this Mind Flayer, hopefully. 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
6 ballistic damage. He needs to make a con save.
This is not a magical effect. In fact, it is key.
Yep, not
Not
magic. No.
That's a 15.
Just succeeds. Okay. 13 to hit.
13 will miss.
All right. And then his
Bangs off that
offhand
force field.
pistol. Bonus action 23 to hit
That will hit.
for 5 ballistic damage. 1 more con save. Come on. And he's
Failure.
stunned.
He is
And then Till's going to move back to here.
Mind Flayer's gonna be so angry when it becomes unstunned. So angry.
Mistle.
If it becomes unstunned.
So I'm trying to figure out what to do because she has to like go up to a thing to stab it.
Mhm.
But you can fly.
Yeah. Yeah, she'll stop that. Okay. She will fly over to this one. And she is gonna stab it or try to.
Make your attack. That will hit.
Okay.
Nice.
I don't think you can not kill it.
oh, sorry for my bad roll.
Yeah, it had 3 hit points left. Your minimum damage would kill it.
Okay.
If you had rolled 3 higher on that spiked growth, it would have been dead.
Okay. And she's going to quickly retreat
But
back
this
to
is
bees.
much funnier.
This.
I knew this was gonna go this way because you're like 7 strong party, which is why
Oh,
I
yeah.
had this in reserve.
Oh, for sure.
1 hundo.
Gonna go check my pie.
I don't have a token for this thing, but it's adorable and I want to have it. Hang on, I'm gonna really quickly make a token for this thing.
Ooh.
For the illithid, I mean, for the mind or intellect devour.
No, the intellect devour has a token.
This is something different.
The astral dreadnought that's they've been towing behind them.
Right, yeah. It spat them out, and now it's sticking its head in.
Mhm.
Hey guys, what's going on in this thread?
Hey,
everybody.
Except it's an National Dreadnought, so all we hear is and all of us start bleeding out of our eyes.
Just like on Event Horizon.
Pretty fairy eyes.
Right?
Mind Flayer is stunned.
I've never
Cold
seen
Tarn,
it.
it's your turn.
All right. So I can't get closer to it to use my melee. And I can't yet reach out and touch somebody with it. So I will use what's in my other hand, which is a gun.
If you're attacking the Mind Flayer, all attacks have advantage right now. He's stunned.
All melee attacks have advantage.
Nope, all
No,
attacks.
all attacks,
Oh,
period.
all attacks really? Okay.
All,
Yep,
yep,
stun
stunned
is all
anything.
Well, in that case. Yeah.
He is not good at dodging right now.
I will. So I have 2 attacks too. So just whip out my Einfalt revolver, which has repeating on it, so you know it's good.
I don't know. Repeating didn't help much yesterday again for certain NPCs.
25 to hit the Mind Flare. I'm assuming hits it.
25 hits, yes.
So I rolled a 1, so 7 ballistic damage. And my second shot. 28 for 10 ballistic damage. So and then you just hear a as it reloads itself.
Yeah. Auto loaders.
And Tolbar is just going to take a defensive stance since he also can't get closer. That's my turn.
One second. I need to this thing where it goes because it's going now. Give it health in a minute. But as the rest of you can see past this Mind Flayer, a much smaller figure begin to hover into view. It looks almost like a Mind Flayer, but aspect shrunken down as it hovers into view, looking at the entire group with this sort of like faintly twitching, rapidly octopus head, clutching a small laser pistol in its offhand as it looks at the group. As a roughly gnome-sized Mind Flayer makes its way.
Oh, great.
The fuck is this thing?
Oh, a laser pistol. I need that.
It's pistol sized.
No, it's bigger than Mistle. It's a small creature.
I mean,
Not a
it's
tiny
close to
creature.
bigger size.
Yes. Because it is literally the size of a gnome.
Because
Ah,
it was a no.
Because it was a
Gnome
gnome at one
Flayer.
point. Listen, Ceramorphosis is very weird when it comes to gnomes.
Ceramorphosis is very weird in general, really.
As it hovers. What's its speed? 25-foot hover speed? Is it 5, 10, 15, 20, 25? As it hovers over this way.
No, my wonderful plan.
And here comes the mind blast.
And it sort of twitches its head and looks at all of you with this sort of rapidly, like, maneuvering physiology. And the tentacles lift up and expose a mouth of sharp teeth, and it just blasts out this pulse of psionic energy. This is a 60-foot cone, which
All
will
of
catch
us.
all of you,
I'm probably not Gideon though, right?
except Gideon. So everyone except Gideon needs to make an intelligence saving throw.
And if we're in within 10 feet
Oh.
of Varouge, we get a
so-
Plus 4.
For whatever it's worth, Tolbar is immune to being charmed or poisoned or exhausted, if that matters.
That is not what matters here.
All right, cool.
13. Jesus.
Hey, y'all, that's not my strong suit.
I'm using inspiration.
Oh, although
that's even
ba-boom,
worse.
22.
I will
Intelligence.
also.
16.
You said we get a +4 thanks to Baruch?
Yeah. Yep. Everybody that's within 10 feet of me gets a +4. So Mistle,
Oh.
Bees.
I don't think it's gonna help that much.
So literally Kendall and Tolbar are the only ones that don't. Kendall, Tolbar, and Gideon doesn't have to do it, does he?
No, Gideon doesn't have to.
Yeah.
So
We're not
wow,
home.
-2.
Yeah, Tolbar's
Before
a
I
minus
use
2.
my inspiration, then I am going to, because this might work. That brings me up to a.
Oh, I don't have advantage, but that's
You're
Actually,
outside
I
the
don't
range.
know.
You're one of the ones that doesn't have the range on it.
Yeah.
I don't.
You're 15.
yeah.
You're 15
you
feet
know
away
what?
from Verge.
Then I roll. Yeah. Then inspiration. and
so
I
that's
roll
a 21 for me.
So, Coltarn, Kendall, Bees, and Varouche save. Which means that Tolbar, Mistle, and Till
Uh-huh.
will take
It's weird that my Steel Defender isn't immune to psychic damage.
Well, you did give it sentience.
Yeah, but it wasn't immune to psychic damage before I gave it sentience.
I know.
Ow.
you take 20. The ones that fail
Christ.
take 24 points of psychic
What?
damage
Oh, Tolbar's fine.
and are stunned for a minute.
He's fine.
You can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns, ending the effect on a success.
Woof.
Those of you who've made the save take no damage and are not stunned.
Tolbar will never be unstunned again. Even with that +4, that just brings his int save to a +2 instead of a -2. But he wasn't even close enough to Rouge to get it, so.
He just is screaming forever.
No, he just like blue screens.
I have registers that do that at work. They blue screen, restart, blue screen, restart.
Exactly. That's a series.
Yep.
Ow. Ow, ow.
What? I didn't feel anything.
Yeah, three of your party members are just clutching their head in like a gibbering mess right now, and the rest of you are fine. As this wave of psychic power washes over you.
It's okay. We're fine for now. That other mind flare is going to become unstunned soon.
Yeah, especially because Till can't stun it anymore.
Yep.
Just have
Bees.
The bees are sort of watching this new thing come, and you can see underneath the bees are sort of like beep, 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 just trying to stick out and reach it, but they obviously can't. So instead, they swarm the mind flare. I'm going to use Thorn Whip. Do you need us to? Oh, I automatically get advantage because it's currently stunned, right?
Yes.
What's the range on Thorn Whip?
30. Oh, I have to take. I have to step forward. I forgot about that. I have to step forward.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can be outside the range and do it, but you have to step forward.
No,
I will note the mind flare is already hovering, and because it's a hover speed, it doesn't fall when it's stunned.
No, not the new one, the old one.
Like the mind flare is also hovering. It never touched down on the ground.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm about to change that. How high off the ground is it?
Like a few inches, not very far, but
Okay, so
far enough that the bees aren't stabbing it.
Can I put a slight downward angle on it as I yank it towards me?
I'll say yes.
Because I get to move it 10 feet. So can I move it down as I move it 10 feet?
Sure.
All right. So the thorn whip damages the bees swarm it. It takes 3 points of damage from that. Not a big deal. So, and then I'm going to pull it forward 10 feet. So it takes an additional 2d4 or 4d4.
Yep.
6 more points of damage.
Okay.
And then, yeah, I'm gonna need it to make a strength save. I think it's a strength save. As the bees are just dragging this thing all over the place.
If
Using
it's
my gathered swarm ability.
it's stunned, so it automatically fails strength saves.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, I'm gonna move it 15 more feet.
Cool.
So I'm gonna have it go essentially up, diagonal, back, and then back one. So it sort of winds up back where it was
I
to
don't suppose
start.
you could put it like 15 feet over this way so I can punch it in the face.
Do you yell that?
No, I don't, because I don't know what you're doing.
Okay. All right. All right. Yeah. I don't think Bees has the tactical acumen to think of that unless somebody yells it.
That's fair.
So
you just drag it 15 feet, the 10 feet that it came from, basically.
yeah, it basically just gets pulled down to the ground and then like
Then you just kind of cheese grater him around.
Yeah.
Right up until he said that, I was thinking he was like Scorpion in this bitch. Like, get over here.
Well, I mean, the way that Bees thinks about it, come on, man. 11 more points of damage.
Go ahead.
And then I'll use my bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark. Oh, no, wait, that's concentration. I guess I won't then, because Spike Growth is also concentration.
I mean, there's
So
only.
I'm just going to favored foe it.
Oh, question. When that intellect devourer took damage from the spike growth, did it lose its fear?
Does cause fear end when it takes damage?
I
Let me
don't.
check. Let me check cause fear.
No. Absolutely not. There's nothing in there that says it loses its.
Yeah, no, it can just repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its
Oh,
turns.
it does need
Yeah.
to make another save though.
Yes.
It
Okay,
was
so-
get over here, but it was like no over there, and then no back over here.
Hey, it's
Yeah.
still afraid.
Yes, it is.
Cool. I
that-
didn't know if like it was one of those ones where it's like if you damage it or take damage from an ally, it loses the.
It is a concentration spell though, so it's a good thing that Kendall was not stunned there.
Oh, and
Fair.
it takes 4 more points of damage from favored foe. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh yes, 4 more.
Oh, I am going to use my bonus action. I'm going to use my bonus action for a hand crossbow attack because I get to do that with my feet. That's a 25.
Wouldn't that be a foot crossbow then?
That hits, yes.
Now I need to make a character that fires crossbow with their feet.
We already have
6
these. What
6
do you
more
need?
points of damage.
I need to make a monkey.
You gonna be D&D Ron Stoppable?
I don't know who that is, so
That was 30
What?
points of damage. That's not bad.
That's not bad at all, dude.
Baruch.
Just covered in bees.
All right.
John, do yourself a favor and go watch some Kim Possible on Disney Plus.
Right.
All right.
You know he's never gonna watch it now because you've recommended.
He'll watch
something.
it sometime. He'll watch it sometime in a period approaching a decade from now.
Right.
sometime between now and 20 years. Yeah.
Right.
Closer to
Later
20.
means sometime before you're dead.
All right. I am going to. All right. Yeah. Since that's still there, bees are still poking anybody that goes through. Just gonna shoot the mind flayer in the back. 24 to hit. For 4 points of damage. Second shot. 23. For another 4 points of damage. And as I fire that last shot, I'm actually going to holster it and pull the pike off the back of off my back and get that ready.
Yes, for when the ranged attacker gets close.
That was 8 damage with that.
Yep.
Yeah.
You actually riddle this mind flayer with bullets, and it is dead.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Now he's just floating.
If Till could see anything, he'd be very proud of you.
You can see things.
Kendall,
The
you're
blood
up.
that's in your eye
Till in
specifically.
front of you is having a seizure.
Yeah, Till's being proud of things is about to end. Because Kendall needs to be able to get a good shot off. So he has really sort of pushes by Till. Sorry, Till. Sorry, excuse me. And goes right up there. I'm pretty sure I got a good shot. Yep.
Till feels something nudging him through the bells of Notre Dame that are going off in his head.
Exactly. And I'm going to Eldritch Blast the Intellect Devourer. 19.
That will hit, yes.
Hex or no?
No, I don't.
Okay.
think I have Hex actually.
Also,
okay.
Hex is concentration.
Oh, that is fair.
Yes, I know. A warlock who didn't take Hex. What the hell?
Jeremy, if anybody
Me.
would, it's you.
I rarely
So
take Hex.
So it takes 10 damage and is affected by repelling blast, so it's pushed back 10 feet.
Yay! Energy.
He's greater.
Roll 44.
Oh, wait. I don't know why that only did 2. Hold on. Let me do 2 more.
No, it's good. When you rolled 44, it was all ones. This time you had more variance.
Haha.
You
All right,
had
so
all the
10 more.
variants.
It's dead.
Yeah, total of 20 damage.
You hear
all,
from
all that is left standing is this gnome mind flare.
from inside the hive armor, the deflated hive armor next to you, Kendall. You hear, "Hooray! We're helping!"
Yes.
You are. A lot.
And now we are the front line for this brain-eating gnome.
Take a step forward, Kendall. No, they don't say that.
Anything else in your turn, Jeremy?
No, that is my turn. Suppose I
Gideon.
Yeah, no, that's my turn.
Get him, son.
Sweet. All right. So
One tap.
of course we begin with our headshot. Acrobatics or stealth, either one.
Let's
Good
see
fucking
if
luck,
he
gnome.
can- Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think he can beat that.
These are just like the balloons I used to shoot.
Nope.
All right, now.
Hey, Gideon,
My
you
Son
remember
of
the
a
stuff-
bitch!
Holy shit,
Oh.
dude. That sucks.
You gotta be fucking kidding me!
Didn't you?
You
Oh,
hit
I did
every-
not roll advantage. I didn't roll
Yeah, I was
advantage.
gonna say didn't.
There we go.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
go.
Oh wait.
Okay.
Woo!
And
Scare me like that.
add 3, so 14 damage.
Dope.
Nice.
You should have more than that for sneak attack. You're a level s-
Actually, I think I have 3d6. Is it?
Yeah,
I was
is
gonna say,
it
you're a
same?
level 6 rogue.
I was gonna say you're a level 6 rogue. You should definitely have more than a single d6.
You
If you're rolling-
have you have 3d6, so roll 2 more.
If you're rolling from roll 20, there probably should be even a sneak attack button for you.
Those are
But
d4s.
I didn't put. Oh, that was d4. My bad.
There you go. So 7 more.
7.
Nice.
Ow.
18 to the head. Pop.
Pop, pop.
All 3 intellect devourers are dead. Till, you're stunned.
But I get to
Missed it.
save at the end of my turn,
Right?
right?
So you got to save at the end of your turn.
Intelligence?
Yes, intelligence save.
14.
Nope.
Damn it.
Mistle, you're also stunned. You get to save at the end of your turn. Roll another intelligence save.
Okay.
+4.
Plus 4. Okay.
Well, add 4 to whatever.
I will add
Yeah.
4 to whatever I roll.
Mistle, you are
20.
no longer stunned.
Yay!
Nice.
That mind flayer.
Mind
is dead.
flayer. Oh, that mind flayer is dead.
Floating.
Coltarn.
We all float down here.
Right?
All right.
In the aft deck? Yeah, I mean, yeah, grab me.
The point where Colturn reveals his true allegiance and then pushes Kendall right towards the gnome.
So I shove Kindle 10 feet. No, I.
You hear the bees go, "Oh no! Thank you, Coulter."
So yeah, I'm going to use one of my second level spell slots. I'm going to use a bonus. Oh wait, no, this is an action. Oh no, I get to make an attack. Okay. So I'm going to use a second level spell slot to cast Chromatic Bullet.
Dope.
As I sort of reach up, hold up the modified revolver that I've got, flick it open to reveal the energy cell that is in the revolver in place of the normal revolver, and reach down into my belt, pull off a small technological device that I sort of hammer onto it and then latch up, and then click the gun back closed. So now the already modified revolver has yet an additional modifier that begins to make this high-pitched whining sound as I sort of aim the revolver and fire.
Which, let me tell you, harmonizes great with the psychic damage ringing around Till's head right now.
Yeah. So, William, question, because I don't know how these two features interact. I have extra attack, which is when I take an attack action, I can attack twice. Chromatic Bullet says, as part of the action used to cast this spell, you must make an attack with a firearm. Do I shoot twice or no?
That is not the attack action.
Okay. All right, cool.
You are casting a spell which involves an attack. You are not taking the attack action.
Cool. All right. So I am dealing an additional 3d4 thunder damage on top of my normal attack damage with this.
And that's basically the trade-off, is if you can make extra attacks, you're sacrificing it for the extra damage of the spell.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Just want to make sure. Because I am using my Einfalt revolver. Does a 12 hit it?
12 does not hit it.
I don't have an inspiration, do I? Wait, did I get an inspiration? Not mark it down.
Last week's inspiration went to, I want to say, I don't remember who I sent it to.
I don't know if I have. I keep forgetting to
I
actually.
don't remember
mark
you
things
giving
down.
inspiration last.
Yeah, I don't remember you giving inspiration last week.
Oh well.
I vote for Colton.
So yeah, that's a 12.
Okay. That will miss.
Yeah. So there goes the spell slot.
It is the gnome Ceramorph's turn. Let's see if it gets its mind blast back. It does not.
Oh, good.
Thank God.
That tells me it's gonna eat someone's brain. So
Yeah, well, the injured people are behind the uninjured people. Unless it really wants a robot brain.
So it's going to hover over to Varouche and
not
attack it
going
with
for
its
bees?
tentacles.
No, it wants that brain that never forgets.
Right. Got that good shit.
The 16 hit you, Varouche?
It does not. Armor of
Okay.
Faith.
So
Hell
the,
yeah.
It launches itself like head first at you, tentacles splayed out, and it just bounces off the glowing mystic shield and just kind of, it totters back a little bit as if confused for a second. It looks adorable if it wasn't trying to eat your brain.
Oh, Tolbar gets to make a save.
It's the cutest humanoid face hugger.
Yeah.
I
all the-
would disagree that it is adorable.
Tolbar fails the save.
I don't care if it's small. It's an illicit. It's not adorable.
Yeah, just because it's got stubby tentacles and big eyes doesn't mean it's a cute little octopus. it's an alien. It's gonna eat my brain.
It does have stubby tentacles and big eyes, though.
Yep.
Chibi Flare is still Flare.
Well, and now we have this week's T-shirt.
Chibi Flayer is still Flayer, yes.
Exactly.
Bees, you're up.
Okay, hold on. Let me run back.
Awesome.
Again, I apologize. I'm doing all my New Year's baking.
How dare you? What do you
So-
think it is? Almost New Year's?
Let's see. I think this close. Can I do the same with this guy? Can I drag him to the ground if I hit him?
No, because he's already adjacent to you.
Can I okay. Question and not trying to put you on the spot, but just because this is something that probably would have long-lasting implications. Can I use Gathered Swarm to move something up or down? No, it's horizontally in a direction. No, it's horizontally in a direction of your choice. Okay, never mind. The rules answered my question for me. All right, then I will.
Yeah, because if you could move things up, then a Gathered Swarm Ranger would always just be like, I hit you, and I launch you up in the air, and then you fall and take falling damage.
Entirely fair. Okay, so instead of doing that, I am going to make a crossbow attack with my hand crossbow. That's going to be a 23.
Well, hit.
Bees is having a good night.
I hate to be that person.
He has
Yeah, but
crossbow
you're
expert, so he
attacking
does not.
Okay.
So he
That's why I took that feat. No, I mean entirely valid point, and I appreciate you bringing it up. But that's so
Got it covered.
7 points of damage for that. I am at this point, because I think we're out of things on the ground, I'm going to stop concentrating on spike growth, and all the bees sort of swarm back towards the hive armor and towards this floating illithid. And I'm going to I'm gonna use does Hunter's Mark, can Hunter's Mark go off twice if it's applied? Yeah, whenever
Hunter's
you
Mark
hit it
applies to every attack. So yeah, if you have multiple attacks, then
okay, so I'm
multiples.
gonna use my bonus to cast Hunter's Mark. So another 6 from that. And then I'm going to attack actually I'm gonna attack with my effectively with my rapier. If that's okay.
Yep.
You know what? I'm gonna use my inspiration on that if I can.
Go for it.
That's better. 23. All right. So so 10 more points of damage from that, and then I'm gonna roll my Hunter's Mark again. 4 more points of damage.
Ish like that. Baruch.
All right. The little not so nice the horror version of Nibbler is floating in front of me, and I'm going to I'm gonna stab it with the energy pike. So I flip the switch, turn on the edge, and 16
We'll hit it.
for 14 points of piercing damage.
How do you want to do this?
Yay.
So after it bounces off the light, I kind of just rear back and single arm just jab forward and up a little bit to just get it up and away. And so it's like up towards the ceiling now.
You
On
just
the end.
shot put it like up away from you.
Yep. Like nope.
Get away from me. And it just sort of drifts lazily back and just kind of bounces off the ceiling and continues to drift outside the airlock door.
Yeah, there is the awkward second where it's stuck on the end and I got to shake it off. But yeah.
I gathered swarm damage last turn. It didn't matter.
And then
as everything gets quiet for a minute, you sort of
Yeah.
pause and breathe for a second as the rest of your friends are still stunned for right now. And
Kill?
as you look in the distance, you see a massive leathery wing turn into view as if the corpse is beginning to stretch its wings.
Oh, good, they're leaving.
No, they're not.
no.
And
The opposite of what they're doing, these.
I had to.
in your mind you hear, "You are too late, little morsels. You belong to the hive now."
No, thanks. We're already in one.
Yeah, I believe you meant to say mortals. We're on our way out.
And almost cutting
Goodness.
through that noise, you hear a louder voice, feminine, familiar, Jasira's voice, shouts, "Sorry, friend, but I'm afraid you've got bigger problems." And you can hear the tearing of a void gate in the distance, and beyond that wing, you see a beast of immeasurable size emerge from a void gate. A dragon of colors as black as night, with a burning core of hellfire in its chest, as the largest abyss dragon that you have ever seen emerges from a void gate, much larger than this time dragon, and begins to tear into the animating body of this, what would have been an elder brain dragon. It opens its maw and just breathes out this gout of roaring black flame onto the body of this dragon, at which point Jasira's voice says, "Punch the engines, please, thank you," as the tendrils let go and the ship begins to take off.
What was
Slam the
that?
button to close the airlock.
Yeah, I'll say that. Like if Bruce hadn't, I would. What was what? Bees.
The other dragon?
Another dragon.
Where did it come from?
The void.
The
Is
guy,
that what
Our
happened?
side.
Does that happen all the time out here?
Hey, I hope not. Let's.
I don't think that just happened.
Yeah.
This is.
I think that like
Go ahead.
we should go check the thing.
Yeah.
That's the
This
next
is
location.
No,
so many
I'm
more
good.
dragons than I've ever seen.
After I make sure that the airlock's closed, I'm heading to the cargo bay. Actually,
Yeah,
first
same.
I'm actually gonna shake Till and Mistle and Till.
Mistle's fine.
Oh, sorry, Till.
I mean, she's injured, but
First, I'm going to shake Till and
Hey, there we go.
Tolbar out of their.
At least I hope.
reverie.
So, I mean, eventually a minute will pass, even if you
Right.
never make
Mhm.
the saves.
Yeah,
I just
Mr.
wanted to
Huff-
see how
And
long
I'll
it would
just go
take.
in straight there.
and then
Mr. How far down are you?
I am a little less than half.
Right. I mean, how many hit points? Because I got.
I'm
I got all-
24 points down.
Okay. I think I'm good on that. And Till, you're down by the same.
Yep.
I think I can heal both of you guys back up to full. Let me check. I always use my unused spell slots, and I didn't use any spell slots yesterday. Let me double check that I have. I think I have it. Oh yeah. I have 60 Biddo honeys. So yeah, you all are both fine.
well, the good berries go bad after a while.
After
Yeah, they go
24
bad.
hours.
They go bad 24 hours. So what I always do is I spend at the end of a day, I spend all of my unused spell slots to make good berries, and then they're good for the next day.
Ah,
That's why I only allow people to use one good berry to heal.
You are, yeah. I mean, admittedly, one of them fills you up for the day, so you're very much like Pippin in
Yeah.
Lothlorien right now, but
that's how I justify that is if you eat multiple, that's like eating multiple meals at once, and you are that level of full.
what is a lot of honey, so you're going to be a real bound up. But
So
Yeah. So
since we have pretty well it has been pretty well impressed upon everybody the significance of this item. Kendall's going to try to get there as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That means Kendall's going to use face step.
oh dang,
That only
you
gets her 30 feet.
you teleport a few times.
Yep. And then we'll use immediately after Misty Step to go another 30 feet and then run the rest of the way.
Yeah.
you
So
sort
you
of
run your way down.
nightcrawler out of frame, and then it's just running.
Yep.
Yeah, you make your way down. You're the first one there. And when you get there, you see Jasira sitting on the ground in front of the casket, which is open, and emitting this sort of angry red light with the sword just sitting inside the casket still, as she just holds her hands up and has her eyes closed and is focusing.
Hey there, hon.
Please don't
So-
interrupt. I'm keeping that dragon from coming after us.
Okay. So I'm just gonna stay here.
Till is running to the bridge. Well, actually, he's shedding the suit and flying to the bridge as fast as he possibly can.
I'm eventually heading to the cargo bay too. So
Yeah.
Where's bees will follow Gideon wherever Gideon is going, assuming Mistel's is sitting on bees and eating honey.
Mistel's staying on bees right now.
So where's Gideon headed? You're
You're
muted.
muted.
Sorry. Gideon's headed to the bridge to see if he can help with the flying things because I took my next expertise in space vehicles. So
Yeah. So, one group is heading to the bridge, one group is heading to the cargo bay. Really quickly joining the group on the bridge. Bees, Gideon, Hill, and Mistel all arrive on the bridge as the crew is punching the engines and getting out as fast as they can. As you look, as you enter, you can see that the captain is looking at a readout of what was going on behind them, and you can see like significantly several shades paler than she normally is as she looks at what's going on.
All right. If we need anything acrobatic done, I can take over.
if there's anything I can do to help as well, I'm totally here.
I think
And we're also here.
we'll be fine as long as that beast stays fighting the other thing. The Captain Zefnash says, not taking her eyes away from that readout.
All right.
I
Till
thought
will
he-
just find a out of the way corner to post up in and
he
wait.
was supposed to be gone.
What was that?
She just said he was supposed to be gone.
Who was?
Entropius the Abyssmaw.
Oh, is that your friend?
No.
I have a feeling that's what we were keeping hidden in that casket.
No.
You know,
I don't know how well you know your galactic history.
not at all.
Entropius
Please go on.
Entropius the Abyssmaw is the Abyss Dragon that orcs and trolls first encountered when they had their first contact with each other. Orcs discovered trolls under attack by a massive abyss dragon, and together they fought it off with the combined might of their fleets. And we thought it was dead until it just showed up out of the void just now.
You see a lot of dead dragons?
Not usually.
We like that name.
Getting real used to that phrase.
But it's kind of helping, right?
I don't know why, but I'm gonna take advantage of it.
In the same sense that a thunderstorm occasionally lets you hide from a predator in the swamp, bees.
Right.
The storm isn't really helping you. It just happens to be contextually convenient.
Oh, okay.
And then meanwhile, in the cargo bay, eventually Varush arrives, and then Coltarn, but Mistel or Kendall, you said you were just going to stand here. Is there anything else you're going to do while that's happening? You have a few minutes because you got a head start.
Yeah. No.
All right, so a little bit later, Varush arrives, and then Coltarn.
So, how long is that going to be there? And did I recognize the dragon that?
Roll history.
Nope.
Nope.
It was a big fucking dragon. Where did you? How much longer until you can put that back?
He said we said we're not supposed to say anything yet.
I just don't interrupt me.
Oh, all right.
I can talk a little bit.
Well, that is specifically not what you said. Fine.
I feel like now's not the best time to pick at nits, Kendall.
Well, yeah. If she's concentrating, I'm not gonna fuck with that. So I just stand quietly.
Let's all just sit quietly until it's put back.
If you've got questions, ask them, because it's going to be here until we're out of view.
Mostly, I just want to make sure that gets put back in the box, so that's all I'm here for.
Yet until we're away from that dragon.
Yep, understood.
I started to open the box, and I felt something looking for the energies that it was putting out. So I fooled it and made it think they were coming from the dragon.
So what?
Sorry. What?
That.
The dragon's hunting the sword, which was a thing I had theorized when we first learned about how those void elves got stuck where they were.
Say, when they said a giant dragon, I didn't imagine the immensity. That particular one.
Well,
so
theory confirmed.
I mean, like, just out of curiosity, where was the dragon before it was here?
Presumably hunting this thing wherever it was previously, but it got here real quick.
The last time we'd heard about a dragon relating to this sword, it was attacking the void elf fleet that was carrying it. So somewhere between there and here.
Right.
Actually, no. I asked them which sector, so I know which sector they got attacked in. That's pretty far away.
Oh yeah.
Well, yes,
They
but it can travel through Gununga Gap.
Yes.
On the galaxy map, it was somewhere over here.
Yeah. It's just concerning if it can detect these energies from that distance.
That's a real
Like
long
a shark.
ways.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
I imagine that it wasn't still there. That it has been a while since that attack.
Or like a very, very predatory moth.
I mean, but the point is, like, it had no idea where to search. Like,
Space
I'm
is
no math
immense.
expert, but the odds that it just happened to be coming this way seem really, really low.
Extremely.
It didn't just
So-
happen to be coming, Jasira says. As soon as the casket was opened, the blade started calling, and the beast answered.
And it just appeared awesome.
So, real quick patch to the bridge. Hey, how fast are we exiting this area?
Fast as we
Because-
possibly can.
All right.
Do we have any idea what's up with Space Deathwing out there?
Yes, and we'll
We
tell
have
you
many-
once it's gone.
Yep.
Reasonable. All right.
So yeah.
So, like,
I'm headcanoning that Till is a scholar of human-based lore from several millennia back.
He played one video game a long.
He
long-
played
a long,
one
long
video
time
game
ago.
a very long time ago.
Found an
It only had
ancient-
4 expansions. The copy he was able to get.
No, you were playing classic.
they had to they had to relaunch the game under a new company after the old one fell apart due to allegations.
I thought we were making jokes, not telling the truth.
I mean, it hasn't
Art imitates life.
actually fallen apart yet. Give it time. You know, I'm not even gonna say it. Let's just let this thing go away, and then we'll. Yep.
A few minutes pass, and then eventually Jasira brings her hands together, and the doors on the casket seal and seam together in such a way that you can't even see that they were doors. They seem like just a solid wall again. And arcane runes flicker along the side of it and pulse back to life and then disappear from sight. And she puts her hands down and lets out a breath. I never want to do that again.
Funny you say that.
No, it's not.
Yeah, looking down at, at Kendall.
No, it kind of is, because like, I appreciate that you had to do that for this situation, but I didn't know. Did anybody else who knew of that this was the thing that might happen?
What was the thing that might happen?
Using the thing we're not supposed to use?
Nobody knew. Nobody knew we were going to come across that, gesturing towards where the dragon was.
She said she had an idea of what could happen. Did you know that this was one possible creature hunting it?
I had a theory.
Quite
Oh, go ahead.
quite frankly, I didn't know what was going to happen when I opened it. I knew bad things could happen if I had to take up the blade. I
Right.
didn't even get that far.
That's the part I'm talking about.
I had a theory that a dragon was hunting it. I had no idea it was that big or would react that quickly, though.
I'm talking about opening the thing and taking the thing out and potentially using it in this situation.
That was my idea.
Like, okay.
Out of character, he did say that they'd be opening up the box and using their present when he came up to join the rest of you.
Yeah, and I don't know if
Okay,
Kendall,
there was
like,
a whole
connected.
lot of who's, where, and what that was not clear about.
Yeah, like I said, I fully believe my view of it is that Kendall didn't piece together what that meant.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was when everybody was like, "Hey, no, 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 no."
Yeah, no, you're not here. You're there. You're not.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah. I feel like, if you're, call me crazy, but if you're going to potentially use the thing that puts everybody's life potentially in a worse situation than the bad situation that they were already in, maybe we should get like a unanimous agreement on it.
If I had waited to talk to everybody else about the circumstances, we would still be discussing it when that dragon woke up. When we were in the middle of a bandit hideout, we spent 30 minutes arguing very loudly so that they could prepare to kill us when we eventually found them. I wasn't going to let that happen with a giant psychic dragon that wanted to eat us all and wear us.
He's not wrong though. When we're going to pull these big things, we do. I agreed that there wasn't much else that we could do, but we do need to inform everybody
Oh no,
before the decision.
I am fully willing to take the blame for that, but I don't regret the decision.
And you do it again without telling us?
If that was the situation we were in, until such a time as this group has proven that they can make decisions quickly, I'm not going to let you all die to arguments.
Awesome. Excuse me. And she exits.
Jasira is just wiping sweat from her face.
Cast detect magic to make sure all those goddamn seals are still working.
You look it up and down, and yeah, you can see the complexity of the seals at work here. They have been reactivated.
The whole 10 minutes, just making sure nothing. But after that, he'll head back up.
Trying to like fake it out, like just turning to leave the room. Huh? Spin around, like trying to catch it off guard.
And then I'll cast alarm on it before I leave.
I'm gonna stay in the cargo bay and make sure that nothing else, like just sort of monitor, make sure that nothing with that sword breaks free further. Since we've opened it once.
If things calm down in the cockpit on the bridge, Till's gonna go looking for Kendall as soon as things seem to have come to some sort of status quo.
After they get out of visual range of the dragon, things start to calm down.
Okay, which is about the time that they started shutting the box,
which
right?
is exactly when Jasira started shutting the box. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So yeah, wherever Kendall's headed, Till probably finds her fairly quickly. It's
She's
not
just going
that-
back to her room.
Miss Fairchild.
Huh? Yep.
Are you all right?
Oh, I'm fine.
I
Are you okay?
phased out a bit during that fight. Just wanted to make sure that nothing happened that I wasn't aware
Oh
of.
yeah, no, it was all good. I killed one of those brain thingies. Everything else
Very
died.
good.
It's all good.
All right.
Yep. Everything's fine.
Are you more aware of what happened with why we had a second dragon?
I guess you should go talk to one of the adults about that. And she just walks into her room and shuts the door.
Till's gonna kind of chew his tongue a little bit, just kind of staring at this closed door. All right. And he'll just start wandering the halls and see who he runs into.
And as Till prepares to seek someone out to find out what the fuck happened while he was knocked out and why a second dragon showed up, that's where we're going to end for the week.
Say goodbye, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Goodbye.